Hi, I would like to talk about the joy of being bored. If you haven't found this out, that there is something about being bored uh, during this quarantine and this COVID thing, then when it's over, there's time to realize the wisdom in being bored. Um, this is something God's been teaching me about, but it's not new. It's just that it was only lately that I started to find words to what I know. So, and uh, it is the power of letting yourself be bored and enjoying being bored. Um, I think we always have this urge in ourselves when we all feel this emptiness sometimes, like when you have too much time or too much attention left to nothing specific. When you wait on a bus, or when you are in line, or when you're at the doctor's, and yeah, when you don't have anything to do and you're bored and you feel like filling up that space and time with something. And when you sit down and you are bored a bit, and then you think about, like, maybe I should try the clothes, maybe I should do the washing up, and you find some tasks to yourself to avoid being bored, because you feel like there is an emptiness in you and you need to fill it up. And it's true that this emptiness is about to be filled, but not necessarily by you and your ideas. So, what I realized is that when you are bored, is is the moment when you start to get separated from these natural cycles of your brain, like when you try to do things and keep your mind moving, and that's why you feel appreciated and valued and all that, and useful, and you want to stay in that game, so you always jump into another act. But when you cease from doing, especially in your mind, that's when you feel empty. And you feel like there's something wrong with you, that you feel that void, especially when you feel that void in your relationship with God. Like, you sit down to spend time with God, and all of a sudden all your worships and prayers are like empty, and you feel like you don't love God anymore, or you have left him, and you, just because you don't feel like singing the song you were so enthusiastic about last time. And oh my gosh, I don't even love you anymore. I don't even feel like singing to you. What's wrong with me? I'm so dry. I don't even have a soft heart towards you, and things like that. And that's what I felt when I first experienced emptiness in my time with God. And I felt it's because I was doing something wrong. But the fact is that it happened because I was doing something very well. Finally, I allowed the, all my circles to stop, even those circles and the fleeing methods that have the label Jesus on it. Even my Christian methods and Christian ways of keep your mind busy started to get empty, and I felt I was doing something wrong. But the very thing that was going on was that I was opening up my real self, my true nature, my God self, the new creation, the Jesus in me started to come to the surface. And there is a detachment involved in that. Like, first, when you feel this emptiness, it's foreign, it hurts. You want to fill up. It's something strange. And not because God wants you to suffer, it's because you are clinging to your own ideas and your own ways of experiencing Him and things like that. And when you surrender it, give into this, like, I don't need to make anything happen. It's okay to be bored with Jesus. It's okay to feel nothing. That's when you give yourself into the death, and that's when he can resurrect you. So nowadays, when I feel this emptiness, many times when it's God who initiates our time, it's not that obvious that I need to die at a certain point. But when I decide, like, oh, I give this time to you, there's a point, either already at the beginning, when I feel like I'm empty, I don't know, I don't even love you, I don't have a worship, I don't know what to do. Or when I'm over with all my worship and all my prayer and all of everything, there comes a point when I feel like I'm completely empty. I'm bored. I don't know what to do with you. And first I was depressed about it. I thought I don't even love God anymore the way I used to love Him. But that's not what it is. It's when you stop going your circles. And that's when you start to get detached from the circles, and it's painful because you kind of try to cling to it. Oh, it's mine, I don't want to let go. Oh, actually I must. And then you just give it up. It feels like dying. It feels like it's you. It's only your thought circles, and it's not really you, but you feel like, oh, it's me. I need to stay me. And no, it's not you. It's just your thoughts. You can be okay without it. And I realized that in all religions, in all ages, people realize that when you let go of your thoughts and when you become empty, something arises in you. Something that was hidden becomes revealed. Something happens to you when you give yourself to the feeling of emptiness and being bored. And it's so strange because even medieval monasteries and early church, they all appreciated silence in giving our whole mind to God. Only the modern Christianity has forgotten about it, and it's so strange. Like, yeah, and it's funny to see how other religions have an understanding of this spiritual law, because it's a spiritual law. It works every way. If you empty yourself, you become aware of the spirit realm. You give way to the spiritual realm. You will sense and hear in the spirit. You will open up yourself to spiritual dimensions. I don't say that opening yourself up to the spirit realm without Jesus is something something good for you or always good for you. There are people who open up themselves to the spirit realm and they meet Jesus and they meet positive things, and I don't question that. But sometimes when you open yourself up to the spirit realm without Jesus, some demonic things can happen. So I don't advise using these things just techniques to open yourself up to the spirit realm. But if you are in Jesus, then there is no risk in that. You have a good father who only gives good gifts to his kids. But it's weird to see how all the other religions in all ages realize that this is the key, this is the door into a higher dimension. Only we modern Christians have skipped this thing and keep ourselves busy and build our own Christianese circles of ministry or prayer and worship rituals and conferences and all that. I love all of them. I just say that this is many times just a way of fleeing from that boredom, from that emptiness that would actually open us up to the real us, to the real Jesus in us. Yeah. So it's strange to realize that how much it works and hear the testimonies of people from all worlds and all backgrounds that they experience this opening up with silence and emptiness. So when you are bored, it's when your circles are over and when your mind is shut off for a while so that it can be opened. It's something like you are in pain because something is getting over, something is about to end. Like all the old thinking, and it hurts some way, not because God wants you to feel hurt, it's because you are clinging to something that is going to end. So you feel this hurt, and then you say, I offer up my soul to you, and then it is finished, and then you die, and that's when nothing happens for a while, and that's when the power of God resurrects you on the other side. So you feel this emptiness, this boredom, and you're so bored that you actually, it's unbearable, it's painful, but when you don't flee from it and you surrender, this death comes, and then nothing, and then resurrection life, and then your mind is activated again, and it buzzes with all kinds of revelations and ideas and solutions and creativity and experiences. But it's another kind of activation. It can look like the same business, and it's completely different. You are busy with your own circles, and you can look busy when you're so full of resurrection life that you're just glowing. It was with Jesus as well. There was a completely other Jesus coming out on the other end of the tomb, which is crazy. Like he was God before his death, and still there was something about him, like walking through walls and changing forms. Like once he was the gardener, once he was the traveler on the road, like there was a whole another way to his being. So that's what is going to happen to you, like when you let yourself die and and surrender to this nothing. He's going to resurrect you. I heard Eric Gilmore not that long ago say, he's one of my favorites. He said, I won't quote it well, but he said something like, if I learned to like the sweet taste of of my real dying, because I know that the resurrection is coming on the other end. And it hit me, and I realized that this is what is happening to me right now. Like, I feel like I sit down, I spend some time with God, I enjoy it, and there is this nothingness coming, and I feel like God is saying, stay. Nothing is good with me. Just die to your ideas of what a relationship should look like. I'm going to resurrect you. Stay calm. Be still and know. Just know I am God. Be still and know. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. There is resurrection life flooding your being when you stop clinging and stop hurting yourself with your clinging. There's so much power in nothing. Let yourself be bored and experience the freedom that comes with it when you don't fill up all the spaces of your attention, of your thoughts. There is scientific value of shutting off your brain, but there is more to it. You give space to your real self, who you are created to be, your Christ self. Your the Christ in you, your original creation. Yeah. Let us all enjoy being bored. When you allow yourself to die, there's no way God won't resurrect you. You can expect Him to resurrect you. So after a while, this taste of this nothing is less and less painful because you already enjoy your resurrected self on the other end. So it's not just like it must happen once in your lifetime when you die to yourself. I feel like every time I spend time with God, there is a point when I have to die. When this emptiness comes and nothing works, and I surrender and stay, and oh, here I am, the real I am. Yeah. And sometimes when I really enjoy my time with God and it's really good and I feel completely satisfied and wow, and this wave is over, I feel like God is telling me, just stay a bit. Just die. Just die even in your satisfaction. Just stay in this nothingness. Just stay in this full satisfaction. Don't go away just because you feel full. Just stay and wait what comes on the other end. Maybe be all satisfied on His fatness. Nothing is everything. Even darkness is light to Him. Enjoy your death and enjoy your resurrection. God bless you.